So, you're thinking about getting a security camera for your home. Yeah, it can feel like a huge task, but don't worry. In the next few minutes, we're going to slice right through all that confusion and give you the clarity you need to make a really good choice. It's a question a lot of us ask, right? You've got all these brands, all these features, different prices. It's a lot. But we're going to create a super clear path through all that noise, and we're going to focus on what actually matters for you. I mean, at the end of the day, it really just comes down to this. The whole point isn't just to buy a new gadget. It's about getting that feeling of security, that peace of mind, and actually stopping crime before it happens. That idea is the foundation for every other decision we're about to talk about. Okay, but hold on. Before we jump into all the cool tech, there is a crucial first step that honestly, a lot of people just skip over, and that's understanding the rules of the road. You can't just point a camera anywhere you want. Privacy and the law, they come first. And this is a boundary you really can't cross. Your camera is for your security, not for spying on your neighbors. That means absolutely no pointing it into their windows or their private backyards. If you're in an apartment or a condo, you stick to common areas only. And here's the real kicker. If you record illegally, that footage is totally useless as evidence in court. It won't help you at all. All right, so with that legal stuff in mind, let's get to your first really big decision. And trust me, this one choice affects everything from how you install it to how reliable it's going to be. First off, let's get the language right, because it's designed to be confusing. When a company says wireless, it just means the camera sends video over your Wi-Fi. It still needs a power cord plugged into an outlet. Wire-free. Now that's the real deal. It's Wi-Fi connected, and it runs on batteries. That is a huge, huge difference. So how do they stack up head-to-head? Well, wired systems are the undisputed champs of reliability. You get a rock-solid connection, and they can record 24/7, no problem. The downside? Installation is a big project. You're probably going to be drilling holes. Wire-free systems are the total opposite. You can stick them pretty much anywhere in minutes, and they'll even keep working if the power goes out. The trade-off, though, is you're at the mercy of your Wi-Fi signal, you have to keep recharging those batteries, and most of them only record when they sense motion, just to save power. Okay, once you figured out your power situation, the next big question is about the picture itself. Just how clear does that video really need to be? This is where you have to make a key trade-off. 1080p is fantastic for seeing faces clearly when they're nearby, but if you need to be able to read a license plate from across the street, you're going to want 4K. But here's the catch. The storage. Just look at that. A single 4K camera can chew through over 250 gigabytes of data in one day. That means that 30-day recording plan you bought, suddenly it only holds about 10 days of footage, and that can have some serious cost implications. And that right there perfectly illustrates the real cost of 4K. It's not just the price tag on the camera. You need a powerful network that can handle all that data, and you need a much, much bigger storage plan, whether that's on a local recorder or up in the cloud. Okay, you've picked out your camera. Awesome. Now comes what is arguably the most critical part, putting it in the right place. Because a great camera in a bad spot is, well, it's just a bad camera. So let's run through the top 5 mistakes so you can avoid them. Number 1, mounting it way too high. All you'll get is a great view of the top of people's heads, not their faces. Number 2, pointing it at a window. You'll just get blinding glare all day and a perfect reflection of your camera's own lights at night. Also, make sure you don't leave any obvious blind spots between your cameras. And please, please change the default password. Not changing it is basically like leaving your key under the doormat. And finally, the one that surprises everyone, spiders. They love building webs right in front of the lens, which will totally ruin your night vision. A well-placed camera is a fantastic start, but a smart camera is even better. Let's talk about how to get alerts that are actually useful without them driving you absolutely crazy. We've all been there, right? Your phone just buzzes and buzzes and buzzes with notifications that are just noise. A car driving down the street, a cat walking through the yard, a tree branch swaying in the wind. This is where fine-tuning your settings makes all the difference in the world. So how do you fix it? You've got to dive into your camera's app. First, play with the sensitivity setting. Then create motion zones. This one is huge. You can literally draw a box around your porch and tell the camera to ignore everything outside that box. Set a schedule so it's more vigilant when you're not home. And if your camera has it, use the AI detection. Getting an alert that says person detected instead of just motion detected is an absolute game changer. All right, let's tackle a problem that frustrates so many people. Your camera works like a charm all day long, but as soon as night falls, the image just vanishes. Yeah, this is a classic issue. You check the feed at night, ready to see what's going on, and all you get is black. What happened? Well, it's almost always one of three things, and the good news is you can probably figure it out yourself pretty easily. Here's your simple 3-step checklist. First, go outside when it's totally dark and look right at the camera. You should see a faint red glow from those little infrared LEDs. If you don't see anything, they've probably failed. Second, right as it's getting dark, listen closely for a tiny little click sound. That's the night mode filter kicking in. No click could mean a bad sensor. And finally, if both of those seem fine, it might just be the power adapter. Night vision takes more juice, and an old, aging adapter might not have enough power to keep it running. Ultimately, it really all comes down to this. The best, most expensive hardware in the world isn't going to help you one bit if it wasn't chosen thoughtfully and installed correctly. It's a complete system, from that very first decision all the way to that final little settings tweak. So there you have it. You've got the toolkit now. You know how to weigh wired versus wire-free, how to pick the right resolution, and how to fine-tune your setup to make it work for you. But the technology is just a tool. The real question to end on, the most important one, is personal. What is it that you want to protect? Answering that one question will guide every single decision you make from here on out. Thanks for joining me.